right, hello everybody. Thank you for joining. I am Riley with the T Storm Chasers, and we're going to take a look at your forecast. But before we do, here is a brief word from our sponsors at Cube Portable Storage.
What are you doing?
Decluttering?
Moving? Remodeling? In need of temporary storage, emergency cleanup, or just need to declutter? Cube Portable Storage has the perfect solution. Rent your Cube Portable Storage container today.
And they got roll-off dumpsters for the other stuff. Call Cube Storage for all your moving needs.
Everyone, thanks for tuning in to our latest weather video. Let's go ahead and jump into it here. Take a look firstly at the radar picture, and throughout our region we don't have anything other than what's going on here in Iowa. There's a area of rain going on here, southwestern Iowa, south central Iowa, just south of Des Moines, and a little bit west of Des Moines too. Some rain going on here, Creston, Griswold, Menlo, and then some hits of rain here near Perry and Fort Dodge. And then another hit up here towards Mason City, and then also in the far southeastern corner of Minnesota there, as well as the far southeastern corner of Nebraska. So that's where we have some rain currently going on here. And temp-wise, we are sitting pretty good right now. We got 70 degrees right now in Sioux Falls, 72 in Aberdeen, 72 in Mulbridge, 73 in Rapid City, 63 out in Faith, 70 in Phillip, down into Nebraska, 60s and 70s as well, 70 in Chadron, 72 in Madison, 68 in Omaha, 68 as well in North Platte. And then in Iowa, 61 in Mason City with that rain, cool air, 72 in Cedar Rapids and Des Moines, 70 in Denison, 72 in Spencer. And then finally in Minnesota, 73 in the cities, 70 in St. Cloud, 72 in Morris, and 70 in Fairmont, 64 in Rochester. So it is a beautiful day out there, with the exception of those that I mentioned earlier with the rain. But that is it for that. Now, turning our attention to something a little bit different here. If you notice this area shaded in green, for northeastern South Dakota, eastern North Dakota, and western Minnesota, there is a marginal risk of severe weather today. So we need to be updating you guys on this, as there is a marginal risk level 1 out of 5 for severe weather today. This does include the Aberdeen area, Sisseton, Webster, Britton, Eureka, all impacted there with that marginal risk of severe weather, as well as Fergus Falls, Minnesota, Halleck, almost up to International Falls. But that marginal risk level 1 out of 5 is for some small hail up to dime size, and then some 60 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts as well. So that is the threats for today. Tornado threat is very low. And so that is the latest there on your severe weather. Again, not a huge risk, but it is there. A very marginal chance for some severe weather possible later today. So we're going to jump into the model runs and all that good stuff. But first, let's hear a brief word now from our sponsors at CE Construction.
From roofing to siding, CE Construction is setting the standard across North and South Dakota. Our expert team delivers quality, durability, and trust on every project. CE Construction, Dakotans helping Dakotans with their roofing and siding needs. Call or visit us online.
For you. So again, there's that line of thunderstorms. Could be on the strong side there in northeastern South Dakota. So that'll clear out. Another round of showers here out west, southwest South Dakota into western Nebraska. And then by your day tomorrow, things look, again, clear, pretty clear out there. Not seeing a whole lot there. And then by Monday, again, those showers in Minnesota. And other than that, after that, Tuesday, looking dry. Now on Wednesday there could be a little bit. Now this model shows something a little bit different. This is the European model. This shows something a little bit different. By next Wednesday, June 11th, does show there could be a round of thunderstorms for the Sioux Falls area, southeast South Dakota, northwest Iowa. That is rather interesting. If that scenario plays out, that is a little bit interesting there. And some spotty thunderstorm activity there. And then more thunderstorms developing in eastern South Dakota into Minnesota and Iowa there by Monday night, and then into Tuesday. Or I should say Thursday. And then by Thursday afternoon, maybe another round of thunderstorms there out west, western South Dakota into Minnesota and Iowa there. So definitely it's some interesting setups here for possible moisture here this upcoming week. So the European model is showing something a little bit different than the last model. So we will just be ready for you guys if this happens. So but that is the latest there on your model runs. Now let's switch over to temps here and show you guys the latest temperature run over the next several days here. Alright, so let's play this out for you guys here. By today, we're going to have nice temps into the 70s, and then for your day tomorrow, 60s and 70s once again. Very nice. Mid-70s for Sioux Falls. It's going to feel really nice out there. Hopefully everybody can get out and enjoy this wonderful weather this weekend with sunny conditions and highs in the 70s. And then on Monday, 60s and 70s again for our region there. And then by Tuesday, temps will be even warmer. We're going to start to warm things up into the 80s to low 90s for our region. Mid 80s in Sioux Falls. Very warm air there. And then by next Wednesday, even warmer for Sioux Falls. Mid to upper 80s there. Some low 90s down in Yankton and Sioux City. And yeah, it's going to be very summer-like by next week. So for those of you wondering where the warmer weather will be and when is it coming, next week. It looks like next week is going to be that time. Low 90s again out west next Thursday. Yeah, this is all according to model runs there. So that is the latest there. Again, we'll run through this one more time here. I think I might have went a little too fast. So again, temperatures today will be in the 60s and 70s for our region. Maybe out west near Pierre, and then also maybe near Mitchell as well. A few 60s there in Iowa, and then again tomorrow 60s and 70s, 74 in Sioux Falls, 71 in Rapid, and then on Monday again 60s and 70s, upper 70s to near 80 out west near Rapid City, and then by Tuesday again that's when we're going to start to really warm things up. 80s and low 90s back returning into the forecast, and then by Wednesday the 11th. 70s and 80s once again, a few low 90s possible near Sioux City and Yankton, and then next Thursday again 70s, 80s, maybe even a few 90s there returning. So more of the story next week, things are going to warm up, so enjoy this nice 70-degree weather that we're having now, because it's not going to last long. Again, by Tuesday we're going to be back into the 80s and low 90s. So forecast for the Sioux Falls area tomorrow, mid-70s, might be a little bit breezy there. Overnight lows in the 50s, and then next week turning warmer, back into the 80s for your forecast there. And again, that system coming through by Wednesday, looking more and more likely by the day. Overnight lows will be eventually into the 60s, so going to be really nice there for overnight lows. And again, daytime temps back into the 80s. That's going to feel really nice. It's going to feel more summer-like, I would say, next week. And not a whole lot of moisture in the forecast, again, other than just midweek there by Wednesday. And then for the Rapid City area, tomorrow, 74 for a high. windy conditions looks like, and then turning into the 80s to low 90s there by next week, and then overnight lows in the 50s to low 60s, and we might dip back a little bit by later next week into the 70s, but still going to feel really nice there. Not a whole lot of moisture for Rapid City, but it doesn't mean that there's nothing going through. As we looked a little bit earlier with the model runs, there is a slight chance for rain for Rapid City. And then for the Aberdeen area, a little bit more active tomorrow, a little bit windy, low 70s for a high, and overnight lows in the low 50s. And then next week, 70s and 80s in the forecast there. Overnight lows in the 50s. Rain, thunderstorm chances returning by Thursday there, and then into your following weekend. And then for the Pierre area, windy tomorrow, mid-70s for a high, overnight lows in the 50s, and then turning warmer by Tuesday there, 91. That is very real. And then low 60s for overnight lows, and then 70s and 80s for the rest of that forecast. Minimal rain chances for Pierre as well as Rapid City. Just not a whole lot of rain in the forecast, but there is still chances for light rain to pass through. Also, 10-day outlooks are sponsored by Black Venom Outdoors and the Gatekeeper Security and Fence. So that is the latest from T Storm Chasers here. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Thank you guys so much for the support. Thank you for tuning in today. If you liked this video, be sure to give it a like, a thumbs up, and subscribe. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, and YouTube for more. And we'll be back tomorrow for another weather video. So stay safe out there as always. Have a great day.